the most perfect fragrance that was ever created for a man ever. It genuinely is incredible. It is sexy cardamom. That is what this fragrance is. Okay. It is sweet. It is spicy. It is aromatic. It's kind of fresh, but not really fresh. This is something that would make a girl fall in love with you. I'm just going to put it out there. This is the sort of fragrance that is very memorable. It is like a signature. I'm actually 5'10" and a half, I think. The last time that I measured myself, I was around 5'10" and a half. So hey, 5'10", 5'10" and a half is around my height. How you doing? I'm very tall. And I'm 20 years old, which is something that everybody
20
expect. Like, I feel like everyone thinks...
God, I'm going to go to hell.
Word to your mother. My name's Steve, this is Frags to Riches. Thank you for tuning in, I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to be talking about a Perfume Parlour, their version of La Nuit de l'Homme, and I'm going to be comparing it to the real deal. So yeah, I'm going to give an overview of how they compare, what the performance is like, etc, etc. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the original because there's not much that I can say that hasn't been said already. Everybody's reviewed it. Everybody loves it. You know it. It's an amazing scent. It's just this delicious cardamom bomb, really. It's just got this perfect amount of sweetness, perfect amount of spice, and it's just delicious. I first smelt this about 2 years ago, I think, something like that. It was probably Jeremy that got me onto it. So I've never smelt the original or the reformulation, only the reformulation, which is this one. So this is like the third iteration. Unfortunately, I've never smelt the original, which makes me sad because apparently it smelt nicer and it was a lot stronger and it lasted. If you're looking for a good comparison video over the different batches, Chaos Fragrances, Dallas at Chaos Fragrances has done a really good video comparing the different versions and formulations of this. Interestingly, he felt on his skin that the performance didn't vary that dramatically, which is contrary to popular belief, but he did know that the smell does vary. But he did summarise by saying they all smell good. So anyway, I smelled this a couple of years ago originally, and I loved it. But before I sort of forked out the full retail, I thought I'd try a clone. And what I really wanted to do was try to get a clone that smelt similar, that outperformed it if I could, that just had better performance and longevity. I was asking too much? Well, yeah, I was. It's just not happened. I've tried. If you know a really good clone of this that lasts, let me know. I first tried this, which is L'Homme by New Brand. As you can see, I've rinsed the hell out of this. I've done a full review of this on my channel, but it was one of my earlier reviews, so it might be a bit shit. I don't know. But this is lovely. This smells really similar, but it's just in its own right. It just smells absolutely lovely. My wife really liked this. As you can see, I've rinsed the hell out of it, but the performance is shocking. I've joked a lot in the past, but I would say you will get 45 minutes to an hour projection tops and maybe 2 hours longevity. It's really bad, really bad. But it is cheap. You can get this 100ml for about £8 on eBay, which is cracking value. It's like 8p a mil. So that is really good. So even if you think you reapply this 4 or 5 times, it works out sort of quite cheap if you're willing to do that. So this smells good, but shocking performance. So then I thought, right, I'll try the Perfume Parlour version. So here it is. I've used it a bit, as you can see, and how does it compare? It doesn't. I suppose I should elaborate on that really, shouldn't I? I could end it there, but I'm not going to. I got this and I just never enjoyed it as much as this. Anybody that's got the original, you'll know that this in the first hour, it's just got this delicious pop about it, and it just smells so intoxicating and inviting. It's just delicious. It really is. And I mean, I don't get great performance from this. It's not awful, but it's just about okay, just about passable. I would get 1 to 2 hours projection and 4 to 5 hours longevity tops, and by then it's a skin scent, so it's not good, to be honest. It's not good. But I'm happy, because this smells so good, I'm happy to just carry one of these travel atomizers around, which kind of work really well and actually have a really good spritzer on them. Interestingly, my wife's not into fragrances at all, but she's got a pink one of these in her bedside table, which is really odd. So I don't know what that's for, considering she's not really into fragrances. But yeah, it's next to the bed. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, with this, I'm happy to carry a travel atomizer and just reapply it, because it's just worth it. Because the first hour in particular, and maybe 2 hours, this is just where this pops and it really comes alive, and it's just so intoxicating and so pleasurable to wear. So for that, I'm happy to reapply. But that's the problem with the Perfume Parlour version, which I should emphasise is called Le Nuit with an S on the end. I'm not going to pronounce the T and the S, because I've got a great French accent. Le Nuit Homme 1592. The trouble is with this, and I've worn it and I've done a side by side, is the opening for the first at least an hour. It's just not the same. It's certainly familiar and it's very similar to it, but it's just not got that same pop, and it's not got. In my Prada L'Homme video, I talk about that the Perfume Parlour version has got this synthetic dryness that's quite unpleasant, and this has got that. It's got that sort of just horrible cloying dryness to it in the opening that's just not that nice and really detracts from the smell. So it hasn't got that same pop. It's got this, that synthetic. It's just flat and dry, and the trouble is that lasts quite a long time. So it lasts over an hour before this sort of dries down, and then that dryness does dissipate and it balances out a bit, but it's still not as close to the original as I want it to be. And by that stage, the actual power of the fragrance has died down quite a bit. So this does smell like this, but only after this has dried down for like a couple of hours. Like when I did a side by side, after about sort of 2 or 3 hours, they did smell quite similar. But the trouble is, that's missed the point. It's missed the goal, because the sweet spot of this is in that first hour, that opening, first 1 to 2 hours, and it's just delightful. So this smelling like this after 2 or 3 hours is kind of misses the point. The best analogy I can think of, it's like hooking up with a prom queen, but 20 years too late. Nobody cares. That's not an achievement. What's the point? Not bothered. You've missed the glory spot. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where I am with this. It does smell similar, but the opening is too dry, flat and synthetic, and the time it actually starts smelling similar to this, when this is dying down, who cares? What's the point? You've missed the sweet spot. I did try layering. I sort of put this on and then applied this on the top, so I kind of hoping I would get the sweet pop from this for the opening for the first 45 to an hour, and then this dry down, but it didn't really work, to be honest. This just overpowered, the Perfume Parlour just overpowered the L'Homme, so I just got this synthetic dryness, which I don't like. So yeah, that's where I am with this. In the end, I've given up and I've just opted for the original. The performance isn't great, but I'm just happy to reapply using a travel atomizer, because this scent is worth it and I love it. So yeah, on that note, I am going to do a giveaway because I don't want or need this, and I've recently topped 200 subscribers, which I'm really thankful for. Thank you for everybody that subscribed and followed me. So yeah, I'm going to give away basically a nigh on full bottle of Perfume Parlour Nuits de l'Homme. All you've got to do is be a subscriber, comment below, say that you want it, tell me what your favourite Perfume Parlour is, or if you haven't tried them, what you'd like to try. Basically just recommend some of your favourites, but if in doubt, just say that you comment below, show some love and say that you want it. I'll then, in a couple of weeks, I'll do a random comment picker and announce the winner. So yeah, if you want Perfume Parlour's Nuits de l'Homme, it might work on you, it might be better on your skin, give it a go. But yeah, please comment below, say that you want it, tell me what your favourite Perfume Parlour is or recommend one, and in a couple of weeks I'll announce the winner. So there you go. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of the comments. I always try to reply to everybody, and it's really nice that some of you guys have recommended some scents and things, and I really appreciate it, and I'm going to try and continue sort of investigating and researching these for you. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I will announce the winner in a couple of weeks, depending on how things go. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks, I think. Thank you for watching. Much love.